Caryville Board of Mayor and Aldermen to order at this time. Call roll, please.
Mr. Smith.
Here.
Ms. Heatherly.
Here.
Mayor Stanley.
Here.
And Mr. Lawson.
Here. And then get the approval of the last, or opening prayer. Actually, bow your heads. Gracious Heavenly Father, we're thankful to be here tonight, Lord. And we're thankful, Lord, for you protecting us today and keeping us safe. And we ask that you be with our children as we're away from them, and you protect our families when we're away from them. And Lord, we ask that you, as we go into this new year, that we would seek your wisdom to make the city a better place. And we pray, Lord, that you be with all the council members as they're making decisions. And we just pray all these things in your blessed name. Amen. Right. And then approval of October meeting. Yes. I have time to go to the minutes. Can we get a motion to accept the minutes as they read?
I so move.
Motion has been made. Can we get a second?
I say.
Second motion. Call roll, please.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Ms. Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Lawson.
Yes.
And Mayor Stanley.
Yes. Citizens input. Communication from the mayor. Still trying to get a hold of Speedway. They bought Wilco Hess out. Still trying to get a hold of them, see if they're going to go forward with the project. My understanding is that they bought all of the Wilco Hess out, so they stopped production for now. So we're hoping that they'll get back in there. I know that they have big gas stations, and they was trying to make a contact with the city before they bought Wilco Hess. So I know that's going on, but as far as not really had a commitment back from them yet, so we're trying to get hold of them. Just want to say also that I know that there's some of you in here that was at Stand at the Cross. I seen up there, and I don't know the exact number. Somebody said there's around 1,000 people up there. It's a good day, sunny day. I do want to say we thank the Sheriff's Department for all the work that they done on that. I don't know, was you guys up there?
We were.
I didn't see you up there, but we appreciate the work that they done, and you guys done too as well. But there was a big turnout for it. Don't know where it's going to be next year, but it was a good day. All right. Financial report. As of October 31st, 2014, general fund sits at $303,194.96. State Street Aid Fund sits at $82,528.15. Industrial funds at $1,298. Drug fund sits at $8,396.62. General and the overall fund balance is $395,000, $395,320.71. And then our revenue this month was $95,782.11. Expenditures was $100,660.80, with a difference of $4,878.69 to the bad. So never good when we take it in less than we spend out, but that happens. So we're in that time that things go down. So probably be there until March, possibly. So hopefully people will travel this holiday. And that brings us up to the budget at about 35.5% of the budget has been used to this point. So can we get a motion to accept the financial report as it reads?
I'll make a motion.
Motion has been made. Can we get a second?
I'll second.
Second the motion. Any discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Heatherly?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Stanley?
Yes. Library report.
The library's doing really well. We're still experiencing record checkout, even though we have had no county funds at all until last week. So it has skewed our attendance a bit, but we still are having record checkouts. We checked out 2,016 items. We checked in 1,507. For total items across our desk, 3,523. We checked out 97 e-books. We added 13 new patrons. We added 17 new items. We loaned to other libraries 16 items, and we borrowed from other libraries 37 items for our patrons. We had 530 computer users. We had 9 story times with attendance of 127. And total library attendance of 879, but we do have our part of our county funds now, so I've already started ordering new materials. We're still waiting to receive this quarter's county funds, and that means that the state is holding their state funds until the county gets in line with maintenance of effort and gives us all our funds there. So it's been a really rough time, but the library's held strong, and I'm really pleased.
Okay. Reports from council members. Anything?
The planning commission, they met in regular session, and we looked over the map from TDOT. We're still discussing it because the map that they gave us did not have streets names on there. And then we're looking at another road there, Woods Circle, that we're looking at. That and Woods Avenue is over here at Pleasant Motel, and Woods Circle's off Loop Road, and the mail is not getting delivered right because of the two addresses of the two Woods names. We're looking at how we can eliminate that problem. And that's all I got, except for the rental this month is $540.08 from the utility.
You get going in industrial.
Okay, I don't have anything in industrial, but I would like to say Andrew Wallace and I've been working together and communicating back and forth on the Safe Schools grant.
Good.
That way, possibly we might be able to get some sidewalks or something over there at the Caryville Elementary School. So, we'll continue to work on that.
Yeah, we've been trying to get them since the school's been over there. Hope we get them.
It's big.
They could use them. Anything else?
Yes, on the garbage, we picked up 43 tons of garbage, 4 tons of recycling, 8 tons of brush, cut overhanging limbs out on the roadways, cut the right of ways back with a big mower, got 25 tons of road salt, cleaned out the ditches in Butter Egg Road, worked at the Asbury Park, putting the pea gravel around the flag poles and winterizing the bathrooms, passed potholes throughout the city, and picked up brush throughout the city, and cleaned the ditches out to 141, and had some potholes. That's all I got.
All right, police report reads as 380 complaints, 12 arrests, 14 escorts, 11 citations, 6,500 miles patrolled, no drug arrests, 14 accidents, and 4 public intoxication. And that is for the month of October. We do appreciate the work that they're doing on that. Right. Any other reports? All right, old business. New business. Number 1 on the agenda is to have the swearing in of the new council members, Ms. Beth Lawson and Mr. Eric Smith. Gonna be sworn in.
We'll do ladies first.
Yeah.
We'll do Beth first. That's all right, Eric. Raise your right hand. You ready? Do you, Beth Lawson, solemnly swear that you have the qualifications named in the charter for the office of alderman, that you will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Tennessee, and of the charter and ordinances of the town of Caryville, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you, Eric Smith, solemnly swear that you have the qualifications named in the charter of the office of alderman, that you will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Tennessee, and the charter ordinance of the town of Caryville, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations.
Welcome aboard. All right, second on the agenda tonight is the council to appoint a new attorney. Of course, we know that Reed's now the judge. You got one. But we need to get a new attorney for legal purposes. So we did that. We talked to an attorney about that. Talked to Kathy Parrott about that, and she said that she would be willing to take the attorney job for the town of Caryville, and so that's recommendation tonight is Kathy Parrott for our new attorney. And then get a motion to that effect.
I'll make a motion, we hire Kathy Parrott, our city attorney.
Okay. Motion has been made. Can we get a second on that?
I'll second.
Second the motion. Discussion?
Of the city attorneys, that's something that in the past is appointed to, or?
I've talked with Reed about that, and that's what he said. That's what he told me right before we met. So. Yes, sir. Any other discussion?
So you talked to Kathy and she's willing to, and she
She
wants to
said
do
that she
it.
would take it. Any other discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Glenn Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Heatherly?
Yes.
Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Stanley?
Yes. All right, the third on the agenda is to approve Brad Stevens and Savannah Allen to be full-time police officers for the city of Caryville. So that makes us 6, again, full-time. We need to get that in the form of a motion and a second, and then if so be, then we'll swear them in.
I make a motion that we put them full-time in the police department.
All right, motion has been made, can we get a second on that?
Are they part-time right now?
They're temporary.
Temporary.
What's the difference?
Temporary is, I mean, they're working full-time hours.
We had a position here that could not be filled until we had an opening. So we was not allowed to hire anybody until that position was open. So when that position came open was last week, or a couple of weeks ago, and we was gonna make them full-time. In that time, then we had another police officer that left, which at that time we had 5 full-time and 1 temporary. And we've always had 6 full-time and pushing to get more, I think. So,
I'm always forgetting our
Mhm.
police officers, you know that, as much as possible, just for the safety of our citizens. Do you feel like, Stephanie, they are the most qualified for, and are you pleased with what they have, the work they've done? And
Yes, ma'am,
Is this who you
absolutely. They both have made very good arrests. They have both been very well viewed in the public and eye poppers.
our policy usually, it doesn't really address temporary, so that you might want to explain that, you know, how they're hired differently than going through the process.
well, what it actually does say in there is that when there is an emergency,
Right.
that there can be a hire. In both cases, that was the case. We couldn't fill one, I think I've already talked to that, we could fill one without a position being open. Because we had a police officer that was on workman's comp and was advised to keep that open. And so we hired them as temporary until something comes
But
open.
the way it's written, it doesn't really address how we go there then from temporary to full-time. So with nothing being there in the personnel policy
Yeah.
saying that we have to put it out there for applications or whatever. That's why I'm asking Stephanie if she's in agreement with all this, if she's in agreement with putting these in, since we didn't have to go through that process because the personnel policy didn't address it.
In agreement to putting them as full-time. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Go. Motion.
Yeah, don't have a second.
We need to second the motion before we can call roll.
I second the motion.
Motion has been made, second. Any other discussion?
Can we say that later we'll come back and talk about this in our personnel policy and address?
I think that's what we've been trying to do. That. We had a workshop, you know, on those personnel
Yeah.
policies and trying to move forward
But
on
we
those.
can come back, we're gonna come back and readdress some of these things.
Well, that's what we did in the first workshop, and we're still in the process of that. I mean, it's so big, can't do it.
Because it's
and-
kind of vague, you know, the way
Yeah.
that personnel policy
Mhm.
states it, so.
Yeah.
Just for clever, I've had people to ask me, you know, the process that we're doing, so I tried to explain that the temporary was a little different than our normal
Mhm.
going out
Yeah.
and doing that, so.
But I think you go through the same process as far as the applications that you have, going through the applications that you had already.
Yes.
So that,
So we did take applications for these then?
though she's got a stack of applications. that's
There was
going in,
applications in my office that I had looked at.
And she picked them two out that she thought was qualified.
do have a running personnel file, both of them.
Yes, sir, I did. You know, criminal histories for employment has been ran on both. Driver's history has been ran on both. You know, stuff for post has been sent in. And actually, I've got Savannah's post certification number back. Everything has been, a running file has been made on both. Yes.
Normally, do we usually just at a certain time, applications or when a new position comes open? I guess that's a clarification. And since this was temporary, it was just a little different than
Yes, ma'am.
normal procedure.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay. Call roll, please.
Mr. Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Miss Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith,
Sustain.
Miss Beth Lawson,
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson.
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
Yes. All right. Number 4 on the agenda is to council to approve the bank signatures First Volunteer Bank to take Morgan Stanley off of the checking account. Now, Pat talked to First Volunteer, and they said that they need the city recorder on there to run the financial reports or get the balances and things like that on there, so she needs to be on there, so that gives us a third signature, so that's what we need. So I don't know if we can, we might want to add that to the next agenda, put her on, or we can go ahead and add to that. To put her on there. She's got to be on there regardless, and that gives us 3, so that's a big help to her. There's people not waiting to get their checks and so forth. So we just want to have her on there, we'll just add that to that, put Pat on there.
Well, it says to approve any signatures.
Okay, well, that'll work for Pat then. All right. Okay, so then can we get a motion to take Mark off of the bank statement and put Pat on as one of the signatures for First Volunteer Bank?
I make a motion that we add Pat to the signatures at First Volunteer.
Motion
And
has been,
remove
okay.
Mark.
Who's all on?
Me and Glenn and now Pat.
Oh.
Motion's on the floor. Can we get a second?
I second the motion.
Second the motion. Discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Miss Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith,
Yes.
Miss Beth Lawson,
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson.
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
Yes. That's right. That's all of the agenda tonight. We appreciate everybody coming out. We'll get a motion to, do you have something else under?
Old business, can I back and ask just a question?
Sure.
You know, on Pat, we never did vote her in on, as being our city.
Recorder?
Recorder. Do we need to go back and do that next?
I don't know, I mean, I can't remember if we did or not, to be honest with you.
We didn't do it,
Did
did we?
you? Well, you gonna do it tonight, gonna add it to the agenda?
Sure, I would like to add that to the agenda then. Did we?
So,
I don't have to read that too.
so then if we don't vote that tonight, then we don't have that, city recorder till next month. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, that's what
Okay,
I'm saying.
okay. So we won't add that to the agenda to vote, add him as the reporter. We ran that past Reed.
Okay, if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. I just thought that was in our personnel policy that we do the city recorder as a vote, which I'm for Pat, there's nothing wrong with that. I just
We'll
thought that we
add
were
it
supposed to vote it in.
Vote on Pat as a reporter tonight.
Well, I guess my question is too, what about the application process? Do we legally have to do that? Or when you move somebody up in a position, do you have to do that?
I'm not wrong.
As a promotion,
Yeah, you don't have
you
to.
wouldn't have to for a promotion.
You don't have to get applications.
I would think so.
The charter says that the mayor can promote.
Promote, I know
and
that.
demote,
That's why I'm thinking
promote
maybe
her
we don't
to
have to.
city recorder.
I'm not saying we do, that was just a question.
I just going by the charter.
Okay. Then
That's
I'm
all I
okay
got.
with it.
Well, we'll go ahead and vote on it tonight.
I think it does say you have to vote on it.
Well, we'll vote on it.
Okay.
I don't care, I've been acting for a while.
Yeah. All right, then we need a motion to go ahead and add that to the agenda tonight.
I make the motion, we add that to the agenda.
Motion has been made to add Pat to be voted on as reporter tonight. Second the motion. Discussion. Call roll.
Mr. Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Heather.
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson.
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson.
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
Yes. All right. All right, then we're ready to adjourn. In the future, when we go down through there, if we're going to add to the business, we probably need to do that at the first.
Probably do, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we had it twice there, we had it,
All right, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, can I get a second? First, say aye. I don't know who said it. Did you say something? Glenn?
I need your signature.